Precise.
It is the fact that in various parts of the country, communal temperature is rising, communal incidents are rising, and the Prime Minister has not said a word. He has only said, yes, we should not do this.
There is therefore
it appears
precisely what he is accusing us of doing.
And say, I am going to punish these people.
There is therefore appears to me, Ravi Shankar Prasad, and you must give a substantive reply now, because you said, I don't know when I'll come on Newshour again. I must take the best opportunity of getting the most out of you. It appears here there's a difference in approach.
Price rise.
Can I get a point in 1 second?
Social harmony ki baat ki.
Just for 10 seconds.
Yes, Sita, 10 seconds.
No, just for 10 seconds, can I get a point in?
Yes.
Yeah, 10 seconds, just 10 seconds. I just want to correct Vinod. I mean, that's not, when you said the Prime Minister cannot speak everything in 65 minutes, absolutely correct. Nobody expects that. All we are saying is the priorities. During the election campaign, we heard a lot about corruption. We heard a lot about price rise. We heard a lot about maximum governance and minimum government. Now, what had happened to all these priorities? That is the point. The point is that when you're giving your first Independence Day speech on these issues, which way are you moving forward? That is all that we are saying.
Okay.
At least I'm saying. I'm not asking for a compendium on everything you're there.
Are you against what he said on sanitation? Are you against what he said on sanitation? Are you against the toilets? Sita, are you against problems of the women, the rape, are you for this or against this? Vinod, I am saying, what did you focus in the campaign and what is it now?
But you see, he has to talk about governance.
This is moratorium.
No, one second. Do you expect? No, 1 second. Sitaram Yechuri, you're a very practical politician. I don't know why you are taking this lightly. If you don't mind, slightly theoretical approach. 1 second. You expect him to come and say things against Manmohan Singh and Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi and what the Congress party did and talk about the scams? Would that have made you happy? Then you would have said Narendra Modi is being petty.
No.
My question to Ravi Shankar.
No. What are you? Please don't reduce this to the level of absurdity. I'm only saying, price rise, what are you going to do?
Okay,
price rise, what are you going to do? Maximum governance, minimum government, what are you going to do? Corruption, what are you going to do? Say that.
Ravi Shankar
you won
Prasad,
the elections on that.
Ravi Shankar Prasad, question thrown back at you.
You have won the
on
elections
the difficult
on that.
questions. We have few minutes left. Ravi Shankar Prasad will now respond. Mr. Prasad.
Then you have been grossly unfair to me, or no, that so many questions asked and you are giving me time in the last and it's saying few minutes. Then better don't ask me questions. First of all, let me lodge a caveat. On a sacred day of Independence Day, at least the level of debate would have been different. I'm the last person to deny the right to criticize. I've been a champion of that, neither to Sita nor to Pawan. Why should I say that? But I'm only on the substance of criticism. Let me say it one by one. He did not talk about governance. He said I was outsider in Delhi, and the first thing I noticed was that the government was working at cross purposes. I had to set it right. There was no decision-making process. There was no command of authority. He did not talk about that in today's speech. He talked about governance. And today I can tell you with 3 months' time, see the bureaucrats, how they are working in tandem, how the departments are working in tandem, how the decision making is being done, how the PM has reclaimed the authority. It is all evident. You know it. You have seen the parliament, how we have worked as a team. That's the point number one. Point number two is very important. And what is that? Do you want the Prime Minister today to outline each and every agenda? Take the case of price rise. 3-4 major decision has been taken on the hoarding issue for vegetable and other products. We have decided releasing 50 million tons of food grains in the market, which we have decided. It is going to have its impact. It is being felt. Things are coming down. So you want to repeat everything and everything? No, on the issue of corruption, again I repeat, the PM is taking institutional decisions as far as decision making is concerned. The whole this group of ministers, 81 group of ministers, is scrapped in 1 day. He told us, take decisions. If need my guidance, take my guidance. Is it not a part of good governance? Minimum government and good governance? So all these things are evident because Mr. Sita wants me to recount everything which we have done and everything which we propose to do. There I differ with him.
Not at all, sir.
The language
not at all.
of
Again,
Narendra Modi as the leader of India is going to be different. No, please, I did not interrupt you. The language of Mr. Modi as the Prime Minister of India is going to be one of hope, one of inspiration, one of telling the people of India, you walk the extra mile, I am going to walk with you. On this whole issue of communal violence, other violence, what he said today, let us put it aside. Let 125 crore steps walk in unison.
Who will punish Praveen Togadia?
Very emphatic.
Who will punish Praveen Togadia?
Oh,
No, I'm asking today, don't make this debate Praveen Togadia specific. That is grossly unfair. And I take a strong offense to that. Then I will take the names of all the CPM leaders, what they are doing in Bengal and what TMC is doing with them. I will take many other names, how vote bank politics is being preached by many, including that in Uttar Pradesh. This is not the occasion. It is very grossly unfair. You are taking Togadia's name and others' name like Ashok Singhal.
No.
I am not taking a single name.
They
I
have
can take
made
20 names
provocative
of
comments.
many other political parties.
No.
Okay, Sita is responding to you. Ravi Shankar
Today I
Prasad.
can tell you what is happening in Uttar Pradesh.
No, Ravi Shankar Prasad, I
Today I am
think
going on a larger issue.
I think you and Sitaram Yechuri are on a point. I will allow Sitaram Yechuri to respond. Yes, one second. Sitaram Yechuri, Ravi Shankar Prasad.
Or now, today you are not allowing me to complete my sentence, then allow me to go from this debate.
Mr. Prasad, I have...
Leave me now.
Mr. Prasad...
I am waiting for... No, please. Arnav, today this debate is unfair.
Mr. Prasad...
On a day of Independence Day, I did not want to charge. And this will be the grounds I will not come again on time now.
Mr. Prasad...
You are not giving me a chance to defend.
I can tell you...
putting allegations against me.
Mr. Prasad, I'm just allowing others to respond to you, please.
I'm very sorry.
I'm allowing others to respond to you.
This is not what the debate of Arnav Goswami I have known for the last 10 years.
Mr. Prasad, I also must tell you, it's a debate. I must allow others to respond to you. I know you are a minister, but I must allow others to respond to you.
No, I'm not saying that. 5 persons are asking questions against me.
Sir, that's why
I'm waiting for my turn.
Mr. Prasad,
when I'm explaining, you are not allowing me to complete.
No. You made a point to Sita. He wants to respond. So I'm in the flow of the debate.
Letting him respond. Very clear. I'm sorry to say that.
Mr. Prasad, allow him
very
to...
unfair.
Mr. Prasad, you hear... Mr. Prasad, you used to listen to Sita Yechuri. Let us listen to it.
What is this?
I was saying you did not allow me to complete even.
Become a minister,
that's what I'm saying.
Got more responsibilities. That that doesn't mean that. That doesn't mean that you start threatening like this. You won't come on Arnab show, or you won't let me.
I'm not speaking
you
as a minister,
questions
Sita.
even rhetorically.
I'm speaking as a friend.
Even
I'm only
even
saying
rhetorically.
if 5 of you are raising allegations against me, when I'm responding, I'm being interrupted. That's the only thing I'm saying.
It's an open debate, sir. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So I'm also being interrupted. I'm also being interrupted. I've been interrupted so often. So the point is, you have a point of view saying that the Prime Minister has answered all these major questions. The point of view that I'm holding, and I'm really convinced about it, is that the walking with the talking has not begun yet. You're talking about 125 crores of people walking together. But the Prime Minister as the leader is supposed to begin the walking. He has not yet begun the walking. Plus the omissions that we have talked about, this moratorium on communal violence, etc. What is the meaning of that when you have your own Home Minister giving out your official records of saying that within the 10 weeks since this government has come to office, the number of incidents have increased. So, I mean, these are contradictions glaring in your face. So, this is the point. You cannot have one talk for the people and one walk which is entirely different from the talk.
Right.
That is the reality that is emerging. That is a point of view.
I think Mr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi has his hand raised for some time. I will only say one thing to you, Mr. Prasad. Just before I go to Abhishek Manu Singhvi, I believe, sir, in an independent media. And I believe that in the independent media, we ask questions, we analyze those in power more than those who are out of power, naturally, because those in power are more responsible for governance of the country. So, Mr. Prasad, I'd like to point out to you that analysis and criticism is part of a process of having an open media in this country, sir, and you can choose whether you want to have one or not. But analyzing a Prime Minister's speech or letting a secondary point of view is not necessarily a wrong thing to do, sir. And I'm making this point to you with all seriousness. Abhishek Manu, yes, no, I saw that, what you said there.
As we conclude, Arnab, Arnab, as we conclude,
Arnab, can I say just 1 minute?
I don't want to repeat what I've said. I just want to add one thing more. We've discussed all the other themes. But the basic point we have to come back to what I said at the beginning, this hiatus between Kathni and Karni, between preaching and practice. Now another example, we've given the communal example. The other example is that he spoke very eloquently of continuity, inclusiveness, carrying people together, previous governments, previous prime ministers. But in actual fact, in the limited 60 or 80 days, we have seen a lot of pettiness, a lot of some degree of vendetta politics. Now whether it's the NIA chief, and I'm not saying any one of them is enough, all of them cumulatively have an impact. Whether it's the LOP issue, the Gopal Subramaniam issue was definitely a very serious issue which smacked of vendetta politics, and so on and so forth, the private secretaries issue. These are matters which,
anyway, that's not the subject of discussion today, Mr.
excellent words and sentiments stated by Modi ji.
Yeah, but today we are talking about Modi's Red Fort speech, and I'll come to you, Mr. Prasad, but I'll go to Vinod Mehta before I'll give you the last point. Yes.
Arnab.
Yes.
Arnab, there is one more criticism that's going on. There is an information blackout in the country. The media has denied access to information. Information is only coming from one source. We are living in a very quiet republic, and therefore your programs like yours are essential so that we can ventilate views. And by the way, criticizing the Prime Minister is not heresy yet.
Well said, Mr. Vinod Mehta. Yes, Ravi Shankar Prasad.
Arnab, first of all, I am really a little pained and shocked that you understood my comment to mean that I distaste your right to criticize.
Sir, you said things which also caused me some anguish.
Arnab, you must understand one thing. I have fought for the media freedom in emergency when many of the parties sitting here or their patrons were supporting it. We fought for media freedom, we went to jail, and also individual freedom.
So did we, Ravi.
For me, we respect. Yeah, all right. Yes,
so did I.
Yes, Sita, yeah, I know that. I'm talking of many of your friends. Arnab, don't forget one thing. I fully acknowledge your right to criticize my government, my leader, me included. My only point of concern today, you are not giving me the right and the space to controvert. That only for the fair debate I just said.
So
that's all.
Mr. Prasad, I take your point.
I have not come here as a minister. I have come here as a person who is taking on Times Now for the last 10 years.
I take your point. And can I say one thing?
I said.
Can I say one thing to you, sir? You have seen our record when people have been in power and out of power. And Mr. Prasad, you know very well that for good journalists, we will not change our tone depending on who is in power, and that is my responsibility to my profession, Mr. Prasad. But I thank you all, and I also feel one thing.
I respect you for that.
I also feel one thing is important. I agree with Vinod Mehta. He's senior in the profession, I respect him. We need to ventilate our views. And I'm so glad that all of you have had maybe a volatile, but I think a meaningful debate on the Newshour tonight. I wish you all happy Independence Day once again, and thank you for joining me on debate number 2 on the Newshour tonight.